guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we got a data download on Global and JP in the last several hours. So I did do some showcases on some of the JP units. I will definitely be able to, I'm going to do a data download video as well, just sort of like compiling all the info, talking about what units are likely to EZ and stuff like that. And then Global also had a data download. Now, I mean, this is a little surprising. I mean, look at this, dude. Turles comes out on the freaking 17th. This is such, like, why did they add him into the data so far in advance? Like, what the hell? Okay. Like, they easily could have just done another data download, like, next Monday. Just very odd, right, that they decided to put him in here. I don't think this means anything, by the way. Like in case someone's like, oh, they're gonna do a data download next week and drop something. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, the global schedule to me seems pretty crystal clear. So again, Turles on the 17th. I would think probably right around March 1st to the 5th. This range right here, we will see probably Bojack. I think STR Bojack will drop. Because I mean, Bojack didn't really have a part 2 to his celebration. It was LR Gohan, but that was like a separate celebration entirely. So, you know, they easily could just slide in Bojack for his 1-part celebration at the start of March. Then for Saiyan Day, I imagine we'll get a Global and JP unit at the same time. My guess right now is an LR transforming Gogeta. Like, think of the SCR Vegito unit, except we're just going to get a Gogeta version of that, is what I think is going to happen. Then Global could do Pikkon and Janemba for April. And then it's like, once you get to the very end of April, then it's like, I'm not really too sure what Global is going to be doing, right? That's when we start to wonder if there's going to be Global First coming and stuff like that. May is prime real estate, I think, Goku Day. Right here, we really could see, I think, a Global First or a Global and JP card at the same time. And then June is very likely to have whatever Dokkan Fest comes next for JP, right? So, you know, we had our JP had the LR, the 6th anniversary LRs on the 30th, and then the next Dokkan Fest for JP is probably going to be right around the 5th of March as well, right? So, we have a couple things added into the data here, right? So we have LR Turles, we have the Demigra, Mira, and Toa Dokkan Awakenings. We also have 2 EZAs in here. We have the Prime Battle First Form Frieza, and then, of course, we also have our boy Masked Saiyan. I just saw him. Where is he? And we have Masked Saiyan in here. So their EZAs are confirmed right there. I guess we could start talking. Let's start by talking about Turles, because obviously Turles is the big main draw. Turles is one of the best units in the game. I know some people even still hold Turles above the LR Evolution Blue Vegeta. Now, I don't think I would put Turles quite that high, but Turles is very, very good. Now, if you want a quick answer on if you should summon on Turles' banner, the answer is hell no. Hell no, you should not summon on Turles' banner. Because I always recommend, listen, free-to-play players, get your LRs from these guaranteed summons like New Year's and then during the anniversaries. Currently on JP, for their 6th anniversary, there is 3 different type of summon tickets. We have the 66 ticket, which will give you the guaranteed LR at the end and 66 units in the summon. You have the normal 6th anniversary tickets, and then there also is the super thank you ticket, which currently we don't even know what it does. The good news for Global is we probably will know what the super thank you ticket does before Turles actually drops on Global. So if it maybe is some like super easy method to get like some LRs, and maybe like Turles could be on there or something like that, maybe if you're a Global player, you could just skip summoning on Turles entirely. We'll see, right? But again, I would really plead with Global players out there to skip this banner. You will regret this. Like summoning for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, especially with Ultimate Gohan added to his banner, sure, I get that. But Turles, like, dude, unless Turles is your favorite character, I just don't know that this would really be that smart. just honestly, this to me is not a good banner. Not a good banner to summon on. Now, there is also a legendary summon ticket here in the data. I believe Global also had some sort of ticket for the LR Full Power Frieza banner, but obviously that's going to be interesting that Global is going to get another one of these. Then if we actually look at Turles himself, so Turles is basically, I mean, a direct upgrade over Jiren from what I've seen. That's what Turles seems to be. Because like Turles and Jiren do similar things. I would say for Jiren, it is much easier for Jiren to super attack. Like to get like his 18 key super and stuff like that, you're gonna find it much easier for Jiren, especially, you know, because you want to build him with other Universe 11 characters. He's gonna have the Turn of Power, whatchamacallit, the Turn of Power link active. He gets key when he gets hit. Whereas LR Turles here gives himself 3 key from his Terrifying Conqueror support type passive. But then this 6 key when target enemy is stunned, I mean, you're just not really get that's not something that's common. You're not gonna, I don't think, get that really too often. You know, Turles getting this additional 6 key, so that's gonna be a bit unfortunate right there. But if you can support this Turles basically by putting another Turles next to him to where you activate like a lot, like look at this, do Brutal Beatdown 15% attack, Prepared for Battle gets you 5% attack, Big Bad Boss is 25% attack, Thirst for Conquest 15% attack, Destroy the Universe 25% attack, Fierce Battle 20% attack, and then Legendary Power 15% attack. Every single link Turles has is an attack link. So this is why like a fully built up Turles like is doing way more damage than Jiren. Like, and a fully built up Turles too, if he gets to 24 key, right, he becomes super effective against all types, and he has a 50% chance to do an additional super attack. It's just nutty. This LR Turles unit is so busted. Like, they are very, very, very good. So, it's like, I could definitely understand summoning for this unit just based off of how good they are, but I don't really think it's a great idea, right? You have the Fruit of the Tree of Might. This is sort of like, I guess, to make up for some of the key issues that Turles sometimes can have, where you could activate it 2 times during fight, and you could do it when HP is under 60% or less, or starting from the 8th turn from the start of battle. It gives you the full 24 key super attack. Honestly, I feel as though they probably could have dropped the turn restriction down to like 5 or 4 or something like that, but it is still useful to have, right? LR Turles is very good. Now, one other thing too is, to me, the Space Traveling Warrior team is one of my favorite teams in the game. This is where like LR Turles and like Jiren and stuff like that look so crazy, because you have Bojack floating around supporting them all, and then like that, like dude, like you run LR Turles and another Turles on one rotation, you run Jiren and a Topo on another rotation, you got the maybe God Topo floating, and then you have the 2 Bojacks floating. Space Traveling Warriors is just beyond belief powerful. So summoning for Turles, I do think it would be a mistake, but he is very good. Right now, I would probably say I have Turles as the 5th best unit in the game, I think. You know, I have not used LR Buhan very much. I don't even think I've used him one time in the God event at all. I should do that. But LR Buhan, right, I probably would put at 4, STR Vegito at 3, and then obviously the 2 6th anniversaries I like at 1 and 2. So Turles to me is definitely still a top 5 LR in the game. Now, a lot of when Turles starts to look really, really good is when he has another Turles next to him. I have found running this TUR Turles to be really, really nice next to LR Turles. But obviously, I mean, dude, what are the chances that people are going to have that, you know, LR Turles rainbowed? I always recommend with these LRs, by the way, that you rainbow them. Rainbow the LR first, then worry about having a second copy and stuff like that. You really want to make sure your LRs are rainbowed, but this guy is pretty good. So I do think Turles is going to be an ideal unit to get with yellow coins, actually. Because again, you would have a whole bunch of, you know, TUR like this guy that you could run. Although, keep in mind that they did just give an EZA to Int UI Goku on JP. And Turles is the Dokkan Fest. AJL Turles is the Dokkan Fest that directly followed UI Goku on JP. So, I mean, that is an important thing to consider as well. Masked Saiyan, his EZA is really ultra power. Actually, let me do Frieza first. Frieza's super good. You guys want to make sure you get everything done that you need for this guy. Like, you look at a lot of what he does, and maybe he doesn't look that impressive. Like, oh, he's not really that crazy. But, like, this Frieza, you know, you're easily going to be able to hit, like, a 6 million attack set with this guy. Literally just as long, like, linked with, like, STR Cooler. Like, Frieza, for one of these free-to-play LRs, has one of the best link sets in the game for, like, some free-to-play unit. He gets massive amounts of attack and defense on his passive when you consider how high his stats are. Go look at the stats of other free-to-play LRs in the game. Like, they're not really at plus 20,000 attack the way this guy and, you know, Prime Battle LR Goku is. And, you know, the LR androids have pretty high stats as well because they were one of the earlier free-to-play LRs as well, right? So, like, just this Frieza is ridiculous. He is actually, like, you can make the case easily, I think, that this Frieza is a top 10 unit in the game. So, make sure you get everything you need done for him. He drops on February 17th as well. So you still have a good week to grind up whatever you need to. Maybe you need incredible gems for like the SCR Krillin or, you know, I don't know, the AGL Cooler, you know, to get the Prime Battle EZA Goku done. But you want to make sure you get this Frieza done because he's very good. And, you know, my first win in one of the stages in the God event, I was using this Frieza. This Frieza I was using in the most difficult event in the game, and this Frieza was really holding his own quite well. So he holds up. You do want to make sure you go ahead and grind him. Masked Saiyan is really good. I mean, he is a stacking unit. He does lower attack as well, which definitely can be useful. So that makes him good for long events, and then also short events like Super Battle Road as well. He does also get stronger if there's only one enemy, though, when it comes to Super Battle Road, so you do want to keep that in mind. But Masked Saiyan is just overall very, very solid. I think he's a very good EZA, right? Then when it comes to Demigra, Toa, and Mira, these guys are not really that impressive, honestly. Considering on Global, these are 2021 release units, I don't think any of these guys are really going to move the needle any. Like, Demigra's cool. We need more Extreme Class Realm of Gods units. We need more Giant Category units as well. So that's good, right, that we get one of those. But, like, Demigra is just not really that great, man. Like, that's it. He's okay. I can't give him anything else. The numbers he puts up are pretty mid, considering you have got to have a full extreme class rotation for him. So I just don't find myself overly impressed by Demigra. Let's talk about Mira next. So Mira, at least, is a stacking unit. So obviously that's good. You know, for long events, you're always going to be able to get nice use out of stacking characters. But it's the same thing with him, where you need all extreme class allies. And like a lot of these teams, it is quite difficult to build a full extreme class roster for some of them, right? Like Kamehameha. Obviously, Artificial Life Form would be easy. So would Power Absorption. Crossover, you're not going to be able to because of Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, right? And this guy's not on the Dragon Ball Heroes team either. So you can't run Darkness Toa as your lead, right? Time Travelers, I guess you could. You know, you could run like Bojack as your leader. Remember, Bojack is a Time Traveler category leader as well. I mean, Mira, again, he's okay. Now, I think Mira actually gets quite good once he transforms into his final form right here. But it is rather difficult. HP 60% or less starting from the 4th turn. That's just not really going to be that easy to get active, I think, most of the time. I'm not a fan of when these units have an HP restriction and a turn restriction together. It makes it a little bit difficult. Again, like, power creep is a real thing. And, like, Mira, Toa, and Demigra, to me, feel like they're a little bit older. It feels like they've been sitting around for a while, right? And Dokkan only decided to drop them now. Yeah, so Mira's solid. Like, if you transform with him, he'll be good. You know, and then you're, again, running basically a full extreme class team. He's going to put up some good stats for sure, but it's like he's limiting your team building quite a bit, right? It's definitely an important thing that you're going to have to understand. And then when we talk about Tech Toa, I think is probably the best of the three of Mira, Demigra, and Toa. She's good. But again, she has the same sort of restriction where you are going to need like a full extreme class team to sort of make her really good. The thing is, though, is that unlike the others, Like, she's still good, I would say, even without, like, full, extreme class units around. But you run her on a full extreme class team, like, she's gonna be super good for, like, extreme tech. Extreme Super Battle Road, right? Which I know is still a stage that I'm sure a lot of global players are still struggling on. I actually did use Tech Toa to no item the Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road. So Tech Toa definitely can help out quite a bit there. But again, she'll have a little bit of the same problem currently that Mira does. Where, like, look at a lot of these teams, right? Like, Siblings Bond, Battle of Wits, Crossover, Peppy Gals. Like, you basically can't even do a full villain team on those categories. Like, you pretty much are stuck with her on Time Traveler or Extreme Tech. So it's just one of these things where we need new leaders for a lot of these teams. This is why it's good that rather than introduce these small, shitty categories, they actually are giving us, like, new leaders for categories that need it, right? Now, you can run these two Android 18s, I guess, this AGL one and this SCR one, as a Siblings Bond leader, but you're not gonna, dude, you don't want to run this 18. Like, this 18 is, like, okay, but you still need a 16 or 17 around. She's only 120%. Like, you're just not gonna do that, right? Then Battle of Wits, I guess, yeah, now you do have the Gohan and Frieza. They are 130%. So if you're going to run them as your leader and friend, you could do a full extreme build for Battle of Wits. I mean, I don't know that I'm really dying to run Battle of Wits at 130%, but the category obviously is very good. I guess you can do that with Toa now after the 6-year anniversary. And then, of course, we also have Crossover here, but it's like you're not running, what is this, Demon God Solza as your lead? What is this buff, like 50%? Yeah, you're not running Demon God Solza as your lead, right? Obviously, Vegito is the intended leader there. So it's almost like, I just really don't like the design of these 3 units. I just wish that this whole, like, extreme class restriction wasn't even a thing that you had to worry about with them. I think that would have been a little bit better. So there we go. There is the data download for global. All the new stuff that is coming over the next, I guess, like, week and a half right here. You have 2 EZAs. You have a legendary summon banner. And then, again, Mira, Toa, and Demigra, they are on the Masked Saiyan category summon banner for his EZA. Mira and Toa are returning. They have been, like, MIA for a very long time. They haven't been on banners, and they're finally being brought back. Obviously, Demigra was never removed from banners. It literally makes no sense now why Toa and Mira were even removed from banners. It's just very quirky. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think of this global data download. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.